So what did you miss at Jubilee today? Well, this is Sunday the 18th, the week before Christmas, and all through the church. No, I don't have a poem for that. You missed the fourth of our Advent pageants. The fourth of our Advent pageants where we wondered about the place of the baby. We've talked about Mary, we've talked about Joseph, we've talked about shepherds and angels. And today we had everybody all around the manger. We had angels and Mary and Joseph and shepherds, and we put the baby in the manger, and we simply wondered together about what the baby means to us. We heard about how the angels played a part, and Mary and Joseph played a part, and everybody drawn into the story plays a part. But in that moment that the child comes to the manger, the moment of the baby Jesus, we recognize that it's not just us playing parts, but God too plays a part. We're not in this pageant, this endeavor, this life alone. God is present. We wondered some more about the baby. We talked about how the baby brings joy and hope, because babies do that. And Joseph and Mary recognize that in their baby, but so do all of us recognize in Jesus that joy and that hope. Another person in the congregation reminded us that every child born is God's way of saying that the world must go on, will go on. And so the baby Jesus is that promise from God to us that the world will go on. There will be light in darkness. There will be dawn. It was a special time of wondering. And we heard music that moved us to applause at one point, although you should never clap in church. We heard Luke's gospel, the story of the birth of Jesus. We heard Matthew tell the story of the birth of Jesus. And then I wondered out loud about what's going on with Luke. And I suggested that Luke's gospel should be read as a musical. That Luke has taken this wonderful material from Mark, and unlike Matthew, who turns it into a newspaper, unlike John, who turns it into a novel, Luke takes this material and turns it into a musical. Choirs of angels. Mary sings, Zechariah sings, everybody seems to sing. And we're invited into this story the same way that we're invited into a musical. We're invited to not turn off our intellect, but let it go. Let the story reach behind our intellect and into our hearts, into our bones. We suspend disbelief for just a little while. In the same way, we don't go to see Oklahoma and criticize the way the Cowboys look or act, because that's not what Cowboys are like. The same way that we don't imagine that gang violence looks anything like West Side Story. We're invited not to wonder whether Mary could have made the trip to Elizabeth in that amount of time, or whether Jesus was born in a cave or in a barn. We're invited to relax that and just let the story overwhelm us, and let it inspire tears and laughter. Let it make us jump up and down and sing along. Let the musical that Luke offers us put handles on the story so we can carry it with us and remember it. So that we can hear the words of the Magnificat and remember God's cry for justice. Mary's desire to be part of justice. Let us hear all those musical phrases so evident in Luke, and let them inspire us. That's what we did at Jubilee today. We imagined what it would be like if we heard these stories at Christmas, if we read the gospel like a musical, allowed it to get into our bones, allowed it to change us. We wonder what would happen if we thought of Christmas that way, if we actually would let it into our bones and let it change us. Well, we're going to find out. In a week, we'll celebrate Christmas, and I hope you can join us. It's come as you are. Christmas Day, come at 10:30. Come early. We'll have coffee beforehand. Bring coffee into the sanctuary. We'll have muffins. We'll have cake. We'll have the Christmas story. We'll engage in the Christmas story. That's next week. This week, if you weren't here, we missed you. We look forward to seeing you soon. Until we do, God bless.